Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about 3 common grammar mistakes that many people make in English. First up, let's talk about the most common mistake. Didn't I tell you? Or, didn't I told you? So what do you think is the correct statement? Take your time, and the correct answer is
tell.
Why? This is because when we use did, which is the past tense of do, we always follow it with the base form of verb, which is the first form.
Now, let's clear up another confusion. Among or between.
Let's start with between. We use between when we're talking about two people or things, or when we're comparing things one by one. Think of it like this. Creates a connection between 2 points. For example, I'm sitting between John and Sarah. John is one side, Sarah is on the other. There are only 2 people involved. Easy, right? Another example is, the contrast between modern art and classical art is striking. We are comparing modern art and classical art. Now, let's dive into how we use among, but before we get started, make sure you stick around because I've got a fun trick to help you easily remember the difference between and among. Now, let's move on to among. We use among when we're talking about a group of 3 or more people or things. Picture yourself in a crowd, surrounded by lots of people. That's among. Here's an example. She felt comfortable among her friends. This means she's in the middle of a group, not just 2 friends, but many. Here's another example. The treasure is hidden among the trees. The trees form a group, and the treasure is somewhere in that group. Now, let's talk about an easy trick to remember the difference. Between is used for 2 things, and here's the fun part. There are 2 a in the word between. So just remember, 2a equals 2 things. Simple, right? And once you've got that, it's easy to know that among is used for more than 2. Let's move on to the third and last confusion, for or since. What do you think is the correct statement? I have been living here since 3 years. Or, I have been living here for 3 years. Think about it, and the correct statement is, I have been living here for 3 years. Let's learn why. Let's understand the difference using cricket. Imagine one morning you started playing cricket with your friend at 10 o'clock. Now it's 12 o'clock and you are still playing. Now 2 important points regarding time arise. 1. You started playing at 10 o'clock. 2. The duration of your play time is 2 hours 10 to 12. To discuss the first point, you will use since. And to discuss the second point, you will use for. So since refers to the specific point in time, like since December or since 2020. So it becomes, I have been playing cricket since 10 o'clock. For is used to talk about the duration. Like, for 2 hours, or 2 weeks. So it becomes, I have been playing for 2 hours. Let's do a quick quiz. Did you called her last night? The correct statement is, did you call her last night? We've known each other since, for childhood. The correct statement is we've known each other since childhood. She had to choose between among tea and coffee. And the correct statement is she had to choose between tea and coffee. The teacher walked between the students during the exam. And the correct statement is the teacher walked among the students during the exams. I have been learning English since 2 years. And the correct statement is I have been learning English for 2 years. That's it for today's lesson. I hope this video cleared up your confusion about between and among, since and for, and using did correctly. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more easy grammar tips. And hey, drop your own example sentences in the comments. I'd love to see them. See you in the next video.